welcome to my channel. I'm Kelly and this is Kel's Lampwork Glass Jewellery and more. Today we're opening Bargain Bead Box for August. Yeah, I know I'm nearly 2 months late. Right. I had to do, as you can see, 2 soft flex boxes and plus I had some technical difficulties. Yeah, I know, it's no excuse. Right, but it is what it is. At least I'm getting it out now and you can see it. I know, I'm sure you've seen plenty of other unboxings, but also I'm going to make some jewellery. I am going to look at my cheat sheet. As you know, this is my first Bargain Bead Box unboxing, so it means cheat sheet. You know, I'm new to this. It is what it is. So, I have my cheat sheet here. It's what I've written, just a little bit of knowledge. So, let's see what I've got written down here. I'm going to hold it up so you're not seeing the top of my head, not seeing all my frizzy hair. So, what have I got here? So, I already know a lot about Bargain Bead Box. They have a YouTube channel. They have a very good YouTube channel actually. They do a lot of unboxings. They also give you a few sneak peeks about what they've got in the shop, maybe what's coming up. Also, they do jewellery tutorials. They do some very good jewellery tutorials actually. They do a lot of fun jewellery tutorials with a lot of their stuff from the shop, from the boxes they've got coming up. Even though their boxes do not actually come in boxes anymore. Did you know that originally they did come in boxes, but they asked their clientele, did they want them to come in boxes or did they want to get more beads and for them to come in packaging like we get nowadays? If you give me 2 seconds, like this. Right. Oh, and I'm at it again with the rights. But instead, the clientele said that they wanted them to come like this and for people to get more beads. I will actually clean my hands before I touch any of these beads, I promise. I usually cough like this, but it was just force of habit because I'm not actually touching beads. So, this is how you ended up with them coming in packaging. So, that's the story of how Bargain Bead Box ended up with them in packaging rather than in boxes. So, that story is actually told on Bargain Bead Box's YouTube channel. Also, I do apologise. I really am sorry about my coughing. I have COPD, so this is why I cough a lot. I am sorry. Back to where we were anyway. So, on the YouTube channel, they have a lot of amazing content. If you go and have a look in their playlists or on their lives, you will see a lot of the content there. Also, they have a Facebook page. Their Facebook page is called, if you give me a second, I have got it written down. Bargain Bead Box Creative Corner is what their what their Facebook page is called, sorry. And on their Facebook page, people share a lot of what is created with what they create with their kits. And also what they create with stuff they bought off the websites. What you can buy, their website is actually a sister website called Bead Box Bargains. They have an absolutely amazing array of beads, bindings, chain, cording, you name it, you can find it on there. They have so many different gemstones. They even have lampwork beads. They have a small selection of lampwork beads, but they have lampwork beads nonetheless. and they're beautiful, the lampwork beads are. The gemstones are beautiful. The findings are great quality. The chain is great quality. I can't say nothing better than both are great quality. Also, you can get a subscription, which is this here, which we are going to open today. There's a subscription for the UK, and this is with delivery. It's £25.07 a month. And for America, it's $22.99 a month. And with that, you get a 30% off voucher, which is sent with the box and is also sent to your email. You can use that in the sister store, Bead Box Bargains. You can use that as many times as you want in a month, and then the next month you get a new voucher. Even people that are not subscribed to Bargain Bead Box can also use the sister store. You just don't get the 30% off voucher. I actually have a referral link that if you would like, you can use the referral link to subscribe to Bargain Bead Box. You are not obliged to use this link, but you are more than welcome. You do get a bonus for using this referral link. I do not get bonus till 3 people have used this referral link, but do not feel obliged to use it. I do not do these videos for people to actually use this link. I do it just for the love of making the jewellery, sharing the kit with you, and sharing my jewellery with you, and to show you the different things you can make with these kits. But for now, this is all I have to tell you housekeeping wise. It's just a beautifully curated kit. So let's get all this out of the way. Let's turn you down to the mat and let's get this unboxed and let's get making some jewellery, because that's the fun part. This isn't. The housekeeping is never the fun part. The unboxing and the jewellery making is definitely the fun bit of the day. So let's get making, let's get looking, let's get seeing the beads. Shall we? Shall we go down to the mats? Shall we get seeing all this? Shall we go and do the fun bit? Yeah, I think so. Come on, let's go down to the mat, eh? Come on. See you down there. So let's get August's Bargain Bead Box unboxed. So here it is. Alright, so let's get it open. As you can see, I haven't even opened it. So I haven't even had a chance to have a peek myself. So let's get it cut open. Right, put the bag over to the side. Right, before we even unwrap this, I'm going to read off to you what it says. It says, Peach Sorbet, inspired by 2024's Colour of the Year. This refreshing palette includes juicy peach tones swirled with strawberry and raspberry pinks, including accents of cream, natural gemstones including strawberry quartz, hessonite garnet and rhodonite, combined with sparkling crystals and golden findings for an icy, fruity blend. We especially love the tiny agate, peach and handmade lampwork blossom beads. Oh, nice. This should be interesting. So let's unwrap this and see what we've got. So, right. And open this off to the side. And then I can pull in each strand one by one. So, first of all, we've got 27mm strawberry quartz and brass pendant. So let me find it. That's not it. Just give me a couple of seconds to find it. I think it wouldn't be that hard to find. Right, here we go. So here we go. That is this one. So this is the strawberry quartz and brass pendant. Look at those little flecks in that. Isn't it beautiful? So I'm going to put that up out the way. I'll pull everything down when we've finished. Now we've got 22mm peach moonstone and brass faceted marquee drop. And just going through everything to find what we need. Things seem to be hiding from me. There we go, we've got it. Can't seem to open the bag. And that is this gorgeous little pendant. Look at the lovely little striations on that and the little facets on it. See the facets flashing my lights. So that's that one. Next we have 8mm peach quartz, which are dyed round beads. Which is such a lovely long strand. I'm going to have to actually pull you out a little bit so you can see the whole strand. That is the whole strand. Look at the lovely variations in those beads. Absolutely stunning. Next one, it's 6mm pink rhodonite. And that is a 15-inch strand. Just like the previous strand was, also a 15-inch strand. And look at the different colours on that strand. There's so many different colours on that strand. Just absolutely, I'm amazed by the colours on these strands already. Alright, next we have 3 to 4mm hessonite garnet faceted round beads. Hessonite garnet. Oh, I've just got to look for them. This one down. No. Which I think is this one. Yep, I've got them. And the hessonite garnet, the length is 7.5 inches. Lovely, gorgeous little faceted beads, which have got a lovely sparkle. I think they're gorgeous. Sorry about my arms. Strawberry quartz large chip beads, 7.5-inch strands. And these chip beads, I can already see they're lovely. But they're stunning little beads. Look at these. Sorry, my rights again. And there's 7.5-inch strands. And look, the holes in these are great. They're generally in the centre of the bead, which you don't get a lot with chip beads. A lot of chip beads, you tend to find that they're on the edge of the beads. So that's really good. 13 by 9mm, 18K gold plated. You can agate peach charm. So where's this little peach charm? Oh, it's a very light peach charm, this one is. I'm going to actually bring you down. I'm going to really pull you in. Look how gorgeous that. Look at the lovely light colour of it. And look, it's even got the little petals on top. And a little hook. It's got a little jump ring on it as well. So you've got an attachment. You've got something to attach it that's actually the same, exactly the same colour as the plating. And look at this gorgeous colour of the peachiness. It's beautiful. Next, we have 8mm frosted glass synthetic moonstone beads, 7.5-inch strand, and they are stunning. They're a lovely peachy colour. Look at this lovely strand. It's just a stunning colour. And look at this flash on them. Just as I'm moving in the light, can you see the flash? The half flash on them. Next, we have 5mm freshwater shell pearl beads, 14.5-inch strand. Sorry about my arm. Look at the colours on them, on that strand, on those beads. And they're shiny, and they've got like a soft feeling to them. They're absolutely lovely. Okay, if I pull them up closer, you can see the different colours to them. Absolutely lovely. Next on the list, we have, we have 4mm crystal bicone beads in peach shimmer. And that is these gorgeous babies. And this is a 13-inch strand. Look at the little shine on them. They shimmer beautifully in my lights. So I can only imagine how they catch the lights if you were like got them in a necklace or in a bracelet and you've gone out for the night. So next, you've got 7.5 by 6mm glass rondelle beads in apricot with a gold wash. Yep, that's these ones. And this strand is, oh, it doesn't say how long it is. And that's these lovely beads. I love these beads. They're like an English cut bead. Or cathedral cut, I think. I'm not sure. They're either English cut or cathedral cut. But I think they're English cut, if I remember rightly. Actually, no. Let me have a look at them. Yeah, they're English cut, I think. But they're lovely, they are. Next, we've got 10-piece 15 by 14mm pressed glass leaf beads in olive ombre, which are these. These little leaves. Try and put some the right way round, some the wrong way round, so you can get a full look at them. Aren't they beautiful? I think they're adorable little leaves. And they're top drilled, so you can wrap them like they were, like, oh, what's the word I'm looking for? Like they were brios. Like the briolettes. So they're great to wrap. Sorry about my arm coming across the screen. My apologies about the coughing. Next, we have 2-piece 10mm lampwork glass blossom beads in peach, which are these beautiful little beads. So I'm just trying to get out the packet. Sorry about my arm coming across the screen, my hand. I'm putting everything up onto my top mat so I can pull it down a bit. They've got like these little bits that stick up. So the way these are made, they're like, got a, if I have a look at them, they've got a solid peach core. And then you've got glass that comes up the side that is then pinched in with either a pair of mashers or a pair of tweezers to give you the sort of taper bit, and then you pull it out with like a cord, as in COOLED, a cord rod to give it the little points on each of the stalks, and you have 2 of them. Aren't they beautiful? That's if they're handmade lampwork beads. Otherwise, if they're not, they're machine. Is they're machine made? I do apologise. I do not know the way machine made lampwork beads are made. 4-piece 18 by 8mm stainless steel marquee links. Oh, can't get them out of the packet. I'll try and get all these out of the packet. You've got these little links. They're textured links. Closed textured links. Oh, I'll move that one off there. Next, we have 6-piece 6x14 freshwater shell links. So shell beads with the bead caps with quick links on simple loops on either end. They've been quick links. I'm going nutty. I'm losing the plot at the moment. Quick links. Sorry, I mean simple loops on either end. You just open them just like jump rings. So open them sort of like that with your pliers, and then just close them the same way. Just make sure they're perfectly closed when you put them on. Next, we have 1 gram 4mm 18K gold plated brass bead caps. Which I do think of these. Little brass bead caps. Very tiny bead caps. That's them in gold. Next, we have 3 sets 10x7mm stainless steel lobster claw clasps. And they've all got the jump rings on the ends. Just pardon my hands for a second. I'm just moving everything up so we can get everything on the mat. Next, we have 1 meter 0.5 by 0.9mm brass Coriana chain in gold. Just trying to get it out of the packet. This is Coriana chain. It's lovely to bead on. You can make nice, you can make like, oh, what's the name of the word? Illusion style necklaces. It's beautiful to bead on. Lovely beading chain. Next, we have 4-piece 6x4mm 18K gold plated brass tube bail beads. Now these are absolutely tiny. They're to go on the Coriana chain. Look, oh, look how tiny these are. They've got the big loop here to go on the Coriana chain, and the little loop to hang something off for your bail. Next, we have plus a free bonus brass clamshell beads, which are these. I'm just gonna get one out. This is to go on the Coriana chain. So this is your clamshell. Basically, you put your Coriana chain through this hole in the bottom. Close it after you put a crimp bead on, or a crimp tube if you so prefer, and then you put your jump rings through these loops when it's closed. And then the other bonus we've got is 2 by 1 millimeter crimp beads. And we've got a bag full of them. Sorry, but I'm not taking them out of the bag because they go everywhere. So that is August Bargain Bead Box. I will put it all into shots. Zoom you out. Oh, sorry you see my ring light. I do apologise. That is August Bargain Bead Box. I will be making some jewellery with it, and I hope you'll like what I make. I hope it'll be fun, it'll be funky, it'll be enjoyable. Just let's see what I come up with, and you be the judges. Let's get making this brace out of the way. I started by making some of the links, as you can see. Let's get you sorted so you can see everything. So what I've used down here is it's a multi-strand brace, a necklace brace. So let me explain. So you've got the necklace part here with a toggle clasp that is going to have the 27 millimeter peach and wrong one. I do apologize. Let me find the right one. 27 millimeter strawberry quartz and brass pendant on it, which goes up. Right, so then this goes up the side with the 8 millimeter peach quartz dyed round beads. So let's get those two out of the way so I do not get them mixed up with anything else. Along with up the side as well, the 7.5 by 5 millimeter faceted glass rondelle beads in apricot with gold wash. And on the bottom we have a 21 by 16 millimeter bronze patina toggle clasp. So part way up we have a jump ring. And then there's also going to be like a brace attached to it, which has on it the rhodonite, which is 6 millimeter round beads. It also has the sorry, words and finding the right packages, not with it today for this one. 6 piece 6 by 14 millimeter freshwater shell links, which are already pre-made, and there's only 2 out of the 3 10 by 7 millimeter stainless steel lobster claw clasps. And we've got dangling off it the 22 millimeter peach moonstone and brass faceted drop. So what we're going to do is this is a bracelet within a necklace. So what that means is you've got the necklace and there's a bracelet attached to the side. So what you'll do is you'll unclip one side of the bracelet and undo the toggle clasp. You put the necklace on and then you clip the bracelet back on, or you can unclip the bracelet completely, clip the toggle clasp together, clip the lobster claw clasp together, and you've got a bracelet. So it's a 2-in-1. So let's make the last 4 links here, the last 2 links here, and then clip it together. So let's move this off to the side, get some gold wire. Now, I've got to make links a slightly different way because this tool, it slightly moves. I need a new one. So I do have to make them a bit of a strange way. It's slightly different to how most people would make links. So let me pull you down a bit so you can see my weird and wonderful way of making links. Everyone has a different way of making links. So I'm using the second step on my bail making plier. So you've got the smallest one and this one on it, which, if I remember rightly, is 3mm. I will put all the sizes of the bail step on my bail step pliers in the description, because there are two types of bail step pliers, so they have different sizes. Just let me close that link a bit. So what I'm doing is I'm making a loop, then I'm getting my chain nose pliers and I'm just knocking back the link and straightening it up. So still in the end, you still get the balloon on the end. Then I'm pulling down my bead. I'm knocking the wire back. I'm cutting off, about 1/4 inch of wire. Make sure you hold on to both when you're cutting them so that your wire doesn't go flying. Now the way I have to do this, because the way my wires twist, because if you look at them, when I move them, you see how they torque? They twist themselves. I have to sort of twist it as I'm doing it. So it sort of twists my wire a bit. So let me just get my other set of pliers. So I sort of have to adjust the way I work. Which is slightly different to the way most people work. And then I just have to adjust my beads a bit to make sure that everything's right. To make sure my links aren't too loose or nothing. Now I just adjust my links. And see, it's still a perfect link. So again, cut the end of the wire so you end up with the flat end of the wire. Put your finger over the end. And I still managed to drop the bit of wire in between my mats. I think I've got a closed up bead here, I'm not sure. Oh no, I haven't. Just an indent in the bead. As you know, I'm hard of sight, so sometimes I have to pull the bead closer to me to be able to see it. So if I ever come off screen while trying to put a bead on, I do apologise. I do have a litany of health problems, but I never let that stop me making jewellery. Ever. Jewellery is a fun thing to make. It's always fun, as far as I'm concerned. Jewellery makes the world go round. Oh, sorry, I'm catching my table and knocking you guys about at the same time. So again, bend the wire, cut it at 1/4 inch while holding on to both the bead and the wire. And again, same process as before because of my wires twisting. Because of my pliers twisting, not my wires, my pliers. Make sure you can't see any on the end. Twist. And then just twist it to the end. And make sure the link's closed. Get your pliers, make sure both your loops are travelling in the same direction. And again, another perfect bead. 2 more to go. I'll try and take my legs off the table. I seem to be knocking you guys about something chronic. So again, cut the wire, holding your finger over it so that you do not send the wire flying. I really am knocking you guys about today. Do you know, it's got really cold in the UK and horrible and wet. What's the weather like where you guys are? Are you getting nice hot weather? Is it chilly? Is it turning into lovely autumn weather yet? And do you know what? I forgot to put my bead on. So, what we're going to do is we're going to straighten out this end of the wire so I can put the bead on. And sometimes the best way to straighten out your wire is to get your square nose pliers get your wire inside and just flatten it if it's the end of the reel, and then get your nylon gel pliers and just flatten it out. Alright, now let's see if I can get this on. I might just have to cut this end bit off. Yeah, I'm gonna have to cut this end bit off, which is a shame really. That's a good bit of wire. Right, now let's put this on. Right, there we go. Bend it. Get the right tool. Got to 1/4 inch while holding on to both your wires. Pliers and turn your loops so they're going both the same way. Adjust your loops so that they're right. Because this loop is not right. There we go, I sorted that loop out. There we go, that's sorted. Again, cut your end off. your bead on. Turn your wire. So it touches. Put it back so it's into a balloon. Bend your wire on this end. Cut it to 1/4 inch. Making sure you catch your wire. And then turn. Sort out your loops, making sure they both touch. And there we go. That's the last one done on the necklace portion. Right, now we've got 2 to do on the bracelet portion. So, cut the end, put each bead on. It's very repetitive when you're doing links. In a second, I'm going to have to find another piece of wire. So I'll type the link on the other end. Make sure it's fully touching. That's one link. And give me a second. I've just got to find a bit of wire. Cut off the end. You can always work off the spool like I'm doing right now. Only reason I've got 2 out is because my spools are tangled together, which I need to untangle. Turn the loop. Which honestly was a bit of a big loop there. So even if you go wrong, just cut it off and start again. There's no mistakes in jewellery. There's only happy accidents. Bend it. I do apologise, I was off screen then. cut it quarter an inch long. I'm just going to put my wire away, and now they untangle. Everything always my apologies. Everything always untangles when you don't need it to untangle. Start turning your loop. Sort your loops out so they're the same. Adjust your loops if you have to. Make sure they're flat, and there we go. Right, now put your tools away so you can't lose them, but keep out the ones that you need. Sorry about the creaking of my chair. You know this thing creaks something chronic. So we're going to wire wrap the pendant. So we're going to get a bit of wire out, which is going to tangle. So we're going to need a gold wire out. I'm going to need this pendant, and I'm going to need this. So this is the toggle clasp. I'm going to need my nylon drill pliers, just to straighten a bit of wire. I'm going to need my wire cutters, some get a little length of wire, say about 3 inches. Make sure both ends are cut flush. And you're going to need your... Now, if words don't escape me, round nose pliers. Now, you're going to bend the wire a bit, so far down. I'd say about 1 inch down, or 1.5 inches down. Put your pliers in, bend them back over, turn your pliers, and bend under. If you chain those pliers, flick it out a bit. Slide your pendant on and close it. Close the loop. Now, you're going to wrap this little bit of wire around using your fingers. You only need a couple of wraps. You have to use your other pliers. That should be more than enough. Use your pliers inside the loop to pull it down a bit, just to make it look neat. And then cut off the excess, because as you can see on here, there's a bit of excess. Cut it as close to the wire as possible without cutting any loops or any wire, or any of the long wire. Now, get your bent nose pliers and just follow the wire round. Make sure it's bent in. Not sticking up, so you've got no sticky uppy bits. Which I'm having a little problem doing. Probably because I'm trying to do it on camera and I can't see it from this distance. So I'm having to feel my way. Right, I'm going to have to bring this up close to my face so I can actually get this sticky uppy bit. Right, there we go. I think I've got it in. Yeah, I've got it squished in. Right, now, to add to that, we're going to add 3 of the strawberry quartz chips. Well, we were, till one jumped. It's like it's got life of its own. So, we've got strawberry quartz pendants with 3 strawberry quartz chips. So now, I'm going to bend that over. And we're going to create a loop. Just give me a second. Yeah. So bend it up, bend it over, turn, and bend under. Flick it out a bit. And feed it on to the toggle clasp. Give me a second. I've got to make this loop a little bigger. I didn't account for how big the toggle clasp was. Sometimes that is an easy mistake to make when you don't account for how big the toggle clasp is. So when you do that, just take it out, just adjust your loop and reposition it. Flick it out, and just hook it on. Once you've got it hooked on, close the loop. As you can see, it's on there now. Get pliers and close the loop shut. As I've always said, wire wrapping is not my forte. Close the loop shut and wire wrap down. very carefully, making sure you get your wraps. Sorry if I'm catching the tripod. And there we go. Now the pendant wrapped round. Make sure your wire is brought to the back. As it is here, and cut it off as close as you can, making sure you cover it with your finger. Use your chain nose pliers. But first of all, squish your wire off if you can. And squish your wire down to make sure there is no bit sticking up. Use either your bent nose pliers or your chain nose pliers to knock the wire down. Being careful of the beads, because you don't want to chip any of your beads. Right, I'm just going to bring this close to my face so I can actually see it. So I do apologise, I'm away from the camera. Is anyone doing anything nice this weekend? Are you going out with the family, or are you beading? Just chilling out in the garden if you've got nice weather? There we go, that's in. So that is going to sit like that. My apologies. On your necklace. So, and let's put that back on the beading board, and we are going to wrap this pendant next. Let's hope I don't struggle too much with this one. And this one we're going to actually wrap with 24 gauge wire, because there is going to be a little bicone on the top of it. So get yourself a length of, I'd say, I'm going to cut a little more wire this time. So for like the one that we did before, I'd say cut yourself about 5 inches, which is what I'm actually going to do this time. I think I underestimated last time. I don't wire wrap things very often, especially not stuff like pendants. So I do apologise. So create yourself a loop, bend the wire and create yourself a loop. Bend the wire at like 2.5 inches. Loop doesn't need to be massive, unlike the last one, because it's not going on to anything too big. Open the loop up, which you can do with your fingers, and feed through the pendant. Get your pliers. Hold on to the loop with your pliers. Onto the loop with your pliers and wrap round. You only need 3 or 4 wraps, and then cut it off on the back. As close as possible to the wire. Make sure you push the wire in. Add your bicone. Get your pliers. Bend the wire. You don't need a big loop because it's going on a jump ring. Go up, over, turn your pliers, go back around, change hands and wrap down. What you're going to do here is you're going to wrap down, you're going to wrap back up, and you're going to wrap down. You're going to wrap up and down a few times. We're going to make a messy wrap here, because this is going to strengthen the bail. And this is going to strengthen this bit of the... This is going to strengthen it a bit with it being such a thin wire. And then you're going to cut it off. And then pinch it in. And that's that bit done. Alright, make sure your loop is turned so that it's laying like that. So it's laying, so your loop is like that. Alright, and that is that bit done. Time to put all this necklace bracelet combination together. So let's put all the tools away that we don't need. So that needs to go away. My apologies. That needs to go away. They need to go away for now. And let's keep them out. So I am going to bring my tray back in. Zoom you out a bit. Move things about. Right, so let's start here at the front. So what we got? I'm missing a tool. Here we go. So we've got jump rings. So let's get a little jump ring on this loop here. Might need to open it up a little bit. or just change the position of my pliers. Oh, I think I might just need to put this on while holding it. Yep, I do need to open it a little more. So open that up a little more. Honestly, these are so fiddly, these little ones. They're 18 gauge, 2mm, and they're tiny. Not very good with tiny little things. There we go, we got it. If I go out of camera by putting these jump rings on, I do apologise. They are so small that I am having a lot of difficulty with them. There's the next one. There's the next one. Does anyone else have a problem with really tiny jump rings apart from me? I think it's because I can't see them. Right, so that's the ones on this side done. So let's do the ones on this side. Oh, sorry, right out of camera shot then. Do apologise. I hadn't actually put anything on, just realised as soon as I went out of camera shot, I was out of camera shot. that's one on. Number 2 going on. Sorry, I do apologise. Bumping you again. That's number 2 on. And here comes number 3. Which I've just got to open a little bit. And there's number 3. Right, so let's start adding these on. So to start off with, let's find the opening gap for this one. Open up a bit. Slide the jump ring on. Might have to open it a bit more. Slide that tiny little jump ring on. Yeah, tiny little jump rings on. And close it up again. Make sure it's very well closed. And there's the first one. Time for the second one. Close that up. Third one. So here we're creating the 24-inch necklace parts. I thought doing my apologies. I thought doing something like what I'm doing here would be rather interesting and unique. I don't think anyone's ever seen sort of a necklace bracelet combination for a necklace. So I thought this might be sort of very interesting to people. I hope you all think so. And maybe you'll all try your own version of it. Or maybe you'll copy this version. So now I'm going to add a jump ring on. So let me double check it's fully closed. So we need to make sure our jump ring is closed. Yep, it is. Oh, sorry, I'm off screen a bit. Now we need to add a jump. Now we need to add to the other side. The jump ring. And this jump ring is where the lobster claw clasp will attach to. Oh, one of my jump rings has come disconnected. I am just making sure that we've got enough distance. But first of all, I'm going to close this before I work out why something's disconnected. It's one of my jump rings. I'm actually going to add a different jump ring there. For some reason that jump ring seems to be faulty. I don't know which jump ring it is. Give me a second. Seems to be this one. Actually, I might try seeing if I can close it properly first. Just give me a second to reclose it. Put this jump ring back on and reclose it. I must have not closed it properly. Oh, that was a bit of a slip. The jump ring doesn't seem to want to wiggle closed. There we go, I've got it now. Right, back to the agenda where we were. Right, as you can see, where that was attached, there's quite a bit of distance to where this would angle. So that would angle down. It would angle down to just to where our clasp is. So that I attached there. So I'm looking at this and thinking I might put my jump ring too higher up. So this is called trial and error when you're doing something. Because you might not always get everything right on the first go. You have to sometimes look at things, think they're in the right position, put them on, and think, actually, that's not quite in the right place. Yep, just double checking my count. Just double checking that I'd made my jump ring on the other side to the right position so that all my beads are in the same, all my jump rings and beads are in the same position on each side. Because you don't want a wonky necklace, do you? Especially not when you're going for symmetry. Because now we've got the bead with the jump ring on back. So now we add the jump ring. And that'll make the bracelet hang at the right height on the necklace. I'm going to try bringing you in a little bit. Because I'm thinking, as I'm putting this together, can you see what I'm doing? The more and more. So you can actually see a bit more of what I'm doing. Oh, sorry about that squeak. I am just going to move myself back so that I'm not causing everything in the house to squeak. It's like I've got little mice. Not that that's a bad thing. I love mice. I love hamsters. I love dogs. I love cats even though I'm allergic to them. I love snakes. I love all reptiles. To be honest, I love animals, full stop. I would love spiders, sorry. But they scared the living bejesus out of me. Alright, now time for that other jump ring. Double check it's closed, which it is. Oh, is it? No, not quite. Just slightly open. So let's give this a close. There we go. Keep knocking my head on you. It would help if it knocked some common sense into me, but it doesn't. Only got a few beads left of the necklace parts. Then onto the bracelet component of this necklace bracelet combination. I'm not sure if you can see when I'm opening these, but when I'm opening them, I'm opening them as if like they're jump rings. I'm opening them up, I'm not pulling them out because that would misshapen the loops. Then I'm just hooking it over, and then I'm just closing it back down till the wire meets. Just like that, till the wire meets. Hopefully one day you will not have to put up with the squeaking of my stool, because I will actually have a proper chair. Let me move that up a bit so you can hopefully get a bit of focus. See if I can move it off to the side somewhere so that the camera focuses on the bracelet. That's better. I'm sorry if this has been out of focus the whole time. Alright, 4 beads left to go. soon, in one bead and the bar, you'll see, oh, I need to nick that bit of the necklace, that bit of the bead, so it actually looks like a loop. I must have forgot to do that. You'll, this bead and the ring, you'll get to see what this necklace looks like. And then we can get on to making the bracelet part of it. So now time to put on the toggle. So let's put on the last jump ring. Get this loop properly closed down, and I can show you the necklace component part of this bracelet. So let's zoom you out a bit. This is the necklace component part of this piece of jewellery. So next we're going to making a bracelet bit which will sit just in here. Now we've done this necklace portion, we are going to do the portion for the bracelet that fits in here. So let's move this out the way and get this in here. Oh, sorry, I'm catching you on the gantry. I do apologise if you hear any drilling. So let's get this out the way. As you can see with the bracelet portion, I've already done the links. Since you saw me do, as you saw me making the links, some of the links here, so that we're not sat making links constantly, because it's just repetitive, and I don't want to bore you with the same motion over and over again. So we're just going to put this together and have it attached to the bracelet. Have it attached to the necklace, sorry. So let's pull this out. So and test the length of it. So let's pull you in a bit. So you can see what I'm doing. Try and make sure I stay in camera shot for you. So all I'm doing each time is I'm just opening the links, so pulling them towards me like this, hooking the other link on, the last link on, if I can see it. So hooking the last link on like that, and just closing it up, making sure that it's well closed against the other link like that. That's all I'm doing. I'm getting the next link out. These are the pre-made links that came in the BBB kit, the shell links, which are very beautifully made. They do open. They're slightly smaller loops than what I have made on my links. but that will not really make much difference. They're the same colour wire, just a different style of link. They're very beautiful links as well. I think they're stunning. I think whoever made the Bargain Bead Box links are far more proficient at making links than me. Now here, I've got to add the jump ring on, I've got to add the dangle on, and I've got to add the other jump and the other link on. Is that on my mat or on my phone? It was on my phone. It's alright. I've got a little hair. I was trying to find out where it was. So I'm just trying to find where the closure is on this jump ring. And I can't do that from a distance. I can't do that from a distance. I do apologise. My eyesight is just not that good. Hope you're all having a good day and it's not as wet as it is here in the UK. Honestly, the rain is torrential here in the UK. I'm not sure if you can hear it on camera as the cars go past where I live. But the weather is horrible. I do apologise if you can hear drilling. There is work going on in the building next door to me. Right, I'm just going to pull this up away from the camera so I can see if the jump ring is closed properly. Because I'm sorry, my eyesight is not great enough to see that far. Alright, there you go. As you can possibly see now, oh sorry, the jump ring's now properly closed. So if I lie this down, you'll see now, oh no you can't. You'll see now in the chain we've got the dangle of the jump of the pendant on the chain. So now move that along, we just go back, put our pliers back where they are, just go back to adding the rest of the links to the chain. Alright, so that's that one added. Oh, fumbled. Fumbled that one like someone fumbling a rugby ball on a field. Or in the Americans' case, like someone fumbling a football? Sorry, I'm not well versed in American sports. Because what we call football, you guys call soccer. And what you guys call football, we call American football. Over here in the UK. Right, so let's measure the length of this, because we need it to be 6 inches long, at least. So it's 6.5, which is right, because these will come to 1 inch long, which will make, I do apologise, which will make this a 7.5 inch bracelet. Right, I'm just going to bring these away from the camera so I can find the gap in the ring. Because they're very tiny jump rings. I think these are 4mm jump rings or 3mm jump rings. Right, so let's pull this back to try and get the camera to focus. There we go. So just open it like this. Make sure I'm going the right way. Yes, I am. Add it to here. And close. Make sure it's properly closed. And that's going the right way. And then again, find the jump ring closure. Which I've found. You can see I found it here. Open it. Make sure it's going the right way, which it seems to be. Open it a bit more. Hook it on. And promptly drop it. Oh, I'm lucky it stayed on. But, unluckily, the lobster clasp didn't. To make sure I get it the right way. Grab hold of it, just adjust my positioning. So I can close it. And there we go, properly closed. Slide that out. Make sure I have got the lobster clasp going the right way. Make sure I've got them going up, which I have. Well, if I get the chain actually twisted all the right way. Yep, got the lobster clasp going up. So now, what we need to do, we need to tray out the way, pull this out the way for a second, lie the necklace back out, find the jump rings in the necklace, which is going to take me a second. I'm just looking along the necklace line because the jump rings are actually quite well hidden in here. Because they match in quite well. There's one jump ring. So, there's the one jump ring. Attach it on. If I can get it to catch. Which I'm having problems doing because of my dexterity. So there you go. You've got it attached on there. And find the other jump ring on the other side, which is there. Connect onto the clasp on this side and connect onto the jump ring on this side. Then lay it down. Where it lies down. Spin that round. And you've got a 2-strand necklace. Now, when I look at this, I'm wondering, is there enough space up here? Or do I need to move my jump rings down a couple of spaces? Oh, let me pull you out, sorry. Because we've got 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 20, 22, 24, 26, 28, 30, 32, 34, 36. We've got 37 beads on the entire necklace. Right, and this is up so far. So I'm wondering, do we need to pull this down? Or I'm saying 3, maybe 4 beads on each side of the jump ring. So maybe down about 3 beads. Right, the reason I say that is this isn't a lot of space. So when you make a necklace, it's a bit of trial and error. So I'm gonna get my tools here. More so just the one tool. Alright. I'm gonna pull up my necklace. I'm going to see which beads these are in between. So they're in between 2 strawberry quartz. So I've got 2 strawberry quartz here, which is 1, 2, 3 down. So I might move these 2 strawberry quartz to here and put those 2 strawberry quartz here. Okay, so let's have a look.
So I'm just looking where the closure is on this one. So there we go, we've got those two. So we're gonna go 1, 2, 3, and we're going to take these 3 out here. You can still see what I'm doing? So we're going to leave 1 bead in. So this is 1 bead. I'm going to turn that over a sec. And now we're going to transfer these ones. Sorry about all the squeaking, I'm just having to move slightly so I can do this. So all we're doing is we're transferring down a couple of beads. Everything is always trial and error, because sometimes you don't know where it's going to hit when you're doing something like this. Especially when, like me, you've never made a double strand necklace kind of like this. Because this is something new to me, making a necklace that has a clip-on proportion. Right, so there we go. I've done that bit. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to clip these back on here, making sure I clip them back on in the right direction, which I haven't done. So I'm going to make sure our clasp is on in the right direction. So that's like that. Oh, make sure nothing's tangled. And then do this end. Now we've got to go to the other side. Okay. Oh, sorry guys. I just caught you in my knee. So now we're on the other side. Okay. And we've got to take down, we've got to take out on this side. So we've got to go up 1, 2, 3. No, I've got 1, 2, 3, 4 there. 1, 2, 3, 4. So we've got to take out this proportion here. And take out that proportion there. Then we've got to do this proportion here to remove the bit that needs moving down. to leave the one bead in place. Find out where the closure is on this side. Move this down and reattach it. Reattach this one. And now we've got to reattach this last little bit. I do apologise about all the squeaking. The sooner the better I get another chair. The happier you guys will be, the happier I'll be. And there we go. So let's get this laid out so it doesn't fall into the gap of my mats. Now, I see another problem, which means I'm going to have to move it again. Because now it dangles over. So we're going to have to actually move totally the actual ring. So I think I'm going to have to move the ring up to here. So we're just going to have to adjust and change. As you can see, as I said before, it's now dangling down too low. So I think the problem is it just needs to go up one link, the jump ring does. So what we're going to do is we're going to open this up, take the jump ring out, on this side. Oh, I need to open it a little more. So let the jump ring out. Then again, I'm gonna let the jump ring out on this next one. We'll sort out the problem that the jump rings come off the end of the bracelet in a minute. I must have not closed the end of the bracelet properly. because the jump rings are so small, you've got to really make sure your closures are totally solid. That you've got to close down your ends so tight. So this one's come open, like all the way. Well, I've been dealing with it. So now I'm going to open this one up, take the jump ring off, and take it off. Put the jump ring on, close it, add the other end back onto here so we don't get the ends mixed up. Then we're going to open up this one, which is slightly open. Put the jump ring on. And close. Make sure it's fully closed this time. So the jump ring can't slide off. Now we're going to attach the jump ring when I find it. Have I attached the wrong jump ring? Yes, I've attached the wrong jump ring, I think. Yes, I have. Else after my. Let's unhook that jump ring and attach that jump ring. Now let's try that again. Now what a fluke that was, that I would get the wrong jump ring. On to here. Let's reattach the jump ring back to this one. Because as you might be able to see, this is slightly open. By how simply that went on. Right, now let's resolve the other side. So if we look at it, it needs to go up one. So find the opening, slip it off, find the opening on this side, slip it off, find the opening on the other side, now again, slip this on, close it, making sure it's well closed, slip this side on, make sure it's well closed, You can see I've got two ones that are open, so I'm going to close this one, making sure it's well closed again, and then I'm going to slip this one through, now in theory this should have resolved all problems. I say in theory. Yep, there's all problems resolved. And necklace bracelet accomplished. Well, just let me untangle this little bit and it will be necklace bracelet accomplished. Sorry if my arm's in the way. Just have to unclip this to detangle everything. And everything will be accomplished. Right, now let's light it up for you to see. Don't you just hate it when stuff decides to get tangled as you're trying to lie everything out? Story of my life, that is. Story of my life. So there you go. That is necklace bracelets. With a double dangle. And of course I've got it backwards. There we go. I swear by it's just one of them days. And that is your necklace bracelet. I hope you like it, even with all my faults and flaws at making it, even with me having to change everything. Right, and there you go, I'm at the rights again. One of these days I will get it out of the way. I will stop saying it. I hope it doesn't bug you too much, but more so, I hope you like the necklace bracelets, because it was hard work, but it's still absolutely stunning in my opinion, but I hope so in your opinion, because that's more so what counts, is that you love it. Not that I love it, that you love it, the viewers. Even with all the struggles to make it, I hope that you still love it. You just have to go to the tried and tested method, or just the keep trying method in my case. So now let's get on to the earrings. Let's move this out of the way. I'll show you the earrings that we're going to make. And I hope that you actually like these earrings. They are a bit unconventional, but they're interesting. These are, oh, let me scroll you in a bit. These earrings are quite interesting. We've got 2 little leaves with the shell pearls on top of them, with a hoop on the top. Yes, the ear wire does move down, but when you're wearing them, it doesn't move. You can swing it round, everything, it doesn't move. But these are the earrings we're going to make, and they're interesting. Bit of mixed metal. We've got gold here, and we've got a silver ear wire with a silver jump ring. They are very interesting, in my opinion, but it's your opinion that counts, as I always say. So, what do you think? Tell me in the comments box, as I always say. As I said about the necklace, and I'm going to say about the necklace. Tell me in the comments box. I always like your opinions. So, let's get on making the earrings. Let's get making this earring. So, what we are going to need, after I put this beautiful earring aside, is we're going to need our artistic wire tool. We're going to need our bell making pliers. I do apologise about my coughing. We're going to need our wire cutters. We're going to need 2 pairs of pliers. So we're going to need a pair of chain nose pliers, a pair of flat nose pliers, or if you prefer, a pair of bent nose pliers for opening our jump ring. You're going to need some 0.5mm wire, and you're going to need some 18 gauge wire, and the length of 18 gauge wire you are going to need is, if you give me a second, you are going to need 6 inches. So let's get all this off the mat so we can start with the first bit. So we're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4. We're going to go 5 down on the artistic wire making tool. You want to get this even. 2, 3, 4, 5. You want to get this even so that your sides are even. If you have to, push and pull it a bit. Because it will round out. As you can see, mine has rounded out, so my ends are actually level. And the way you can check it is if I move my mat out of the way. As you can see, I've got 2 pieces of card there. As you can see, if I put it down on my mat, it's actually level. So let me put my mat back so that my beads don't get damaged by bouncing off the table. So now I'm just going to make sure that this is properly rounded. Actually, in a hoop. Make sure my wires are straight. So there we go. We've got a natural loop. So now put my tool away so I don't lose it. Put it back in its bag. Put it back. Now I'm going to use the second step, bail making plier. As you know, my bail making plier sort of twists a bit. So you're going to round in. You're going to round your loops in towards your piece. If you have to adjust your pliers, adjust your pliers. So do that, and then centre it out so you've got your balloon shape on the bottom. So you've got this. Try and focus that. So you've got that, and you want that on both sides. All away. I actually forgot one tool that you will actually need because of you making this component. I actually forgot one tool you're going to need. You are going to need your round nose pliers as well. So make sure your piece is straight. So now you'll have this piece, which is this part of your, this needs adjusting a bit because I've just noticed my ends aren't actually even. Now they are, there we go. So now my ends are even. So there we go, got that part. So we're going to put this up out the way so it doesn't affect the camera. Now we're going to make this part, the actual leaf with the shell bead on top. So we're going to get a shell bead and we're going to get a leaf. And we're going to get a length of 0.5 gold wire. If I can grab hold of it. Just pull yourself a comfortable length off that you feel comfortable working with and just cut it off. One that you feel comfortable making a sort of basic a bail that's movable, a bail with a loop on it, and you want your loop so it's sideways to the piece so it dangles properly. So I might try and bring you down a bit. So feed your wire through. So you've got a long piece and a short piece. Notch your wire up on both sides. Then, and as I've always said, I'm not very good at wire wrapping. Then bring your short wire across. Hold your triangle with your chain nose pliers and start wrapping. You only need about 3, maybe 4 wraps. Don't necessarily be neat, make them as neat or as untidy as you want. Mine aren't the neatest, I'll admit that. Then Then cut your wire off as close as you can. Put it in your wire pile because it's still quite a long piece of wire. Then push your wire in so you have no pokey bits. Make sure you check it. Then place on your shell bead. Sorry, I'm off camera. Just give me a second. It's alright, I'm just having to stretch my back. Then push your bead down, bend your pliers over, bend your wire over your pliers so you've got a bit to work with so you can wrap your wire. Put your wire in all the way over, turn your pliers, wire under like a little scarf. Oh, that'll come off. Put it back in. That wanted to jump today. And then lift your wire off a bit and then wrap down. Wrap down towards your bead. When you get to your bead, cut your wire off as close as possible. Make sure you keep your excess wire in your wire pile because you never know when you're going to need it. And then push down any excess wire. If you're like mine, if your loop is not in the right place, get your pliers and just get hold of your loop and just turn your loop so your loop is in the right place, so that it's like this now. Make sure it's straight, so it's like that. So now bring back your earring finding that you've made, and we're going to get the bench block out and your nylon jaw hammer. Sorry, I have mine on a towel because I haven't got a rubber bench block to go underneath. You're going to use the nylon side of your hammer and you're going to harden it. Sorry about the noise. And I know, my bench block is very little. And you're going to harden your ear wire. The reason you do this is to give it some rigidity. You want to harden both sides of the ear wire. Well, the finding part of it. I do apologise about the noise. If you use your nylon jaw hammer, it won't flatten it, it'll just harden it. Rather than if you use your chasing hammer. There we go, that's that horrible noise over and done with. So now we need to add your leaves, your jump ring and your ear wire. So let's put away all the tools that we don't need and get out this lot. So we need to get out our chain nose pliers, our flat nose pliers. So to begin with, we just need our chain nose pliers. We're going to open the loops on the bit we created and feed on our leaves. Make sure you feed them on both the same way. Making sure your loops are closed. And as you can see, ever how much I thought my loop was closed then, it must have not have been, because that jumped straight off. Right, I'm just going to bring this a bit closer to my face, because as you know, I wear glasses. So trying to see if this is totally close from a distance is not the easiest thing. Right, so there we go, we've got one closed. And the second one, do the same thing. Open up the earring bits. Make sure it's on the same way. Close it down. Push it towards. Which is a lot harder after you've hardened the wire. So there we go, we've got them. Now we got our jump ring, which I'm going to pull towards me to find the closure. Which I've just, might I add, promptly dropped. Don't worry, I didn't drop it on the floor. I'm going to put them in the pliers. Put them on the earring hook. Well, on the loop, on the hoop. And close really well. Check with the nail. Now, find the back of the earring. Hook on the earring finding. Make sure your earring finding is well closed. Put your tools away. And there you have it. Let me pull you out of it. And there you have it. A pair of beautiful dangly leaf earrings. If I can pull, let me pull you down a bit. Beautifully dangly leaf earrings, as I was saying. I hope you enjoyed this part of the tutorial, and I hope you like the earrings. Next is the bracelets, which could be interesting. I don't know. We'll see. I think I might use some of the small crystals, so we might end up stringing that onto some fine soft flakes or some fine beading wire. I'm not quite sure yet, but it should still be beautiful whichever way. But as you can see, these leaves, they've got such beautiful little detail in them. They are gorgeous. And these pearls, these shell pearls have got such beautiful colouring in these ones. But onto the bracelet now. Let's see what I can make with the rest of the bead box bargain bead box. Honestly, I get the sister site and the kit site the wrong way round. Honestly, I'm a mess. What do you think?
it is what it is. But I hope I'm doing Bargain Bead Box justice with this jewellery I'm making. I really do, because I love their boxes that they send out, and I love to make with their boxes. It's just incredible, their boxes are. So please, can you like, subscribe, comment and share? It keeps my little channel going. I know I'm kind of quirky, I know I'm kind of weird, but I hope I keep you entertained. And I hope my jewellery keeps you entertained as well. So thank you for watching, because you do help me, and I'm thankful for that. So onto the bracelet next. Time to make the bracelet, and I've worked out a wonderful thing to do. We're going to use the Coriana chain. So let's zoom you out a bit so you can actually, oh, don't need to zoom you out that far. So this is what we're going to do. We are going to use some of the little shell beads, some of the bicones, the Coriana chain and some of the chip beads. I've partially strung it already, so we're not here forever, which I've actually put on. We're going to use the bail bead, and we're going to use the little peach charm, which already has a jump ring on it. So this is that lovely little peach charm, as I'd already previously shown you, which has little leaves on top. As you see, it's got these lovely little green sort of gems in it. So we're going to put that there nice and safe. So let's move this board out the way, so it's nice and safe. And we're going to end the Coriana chain. We're going to end it with these little crimp beads. I'm actually saying crimp beads because they are crimp beads. And we're going to end them when I find them, which I seem to have misplaced. So if you give me a minute, I am actually going to pause you, and I'm going to go and find my culottes. So I will be back. Just give me a few minutes. I found the wandering culottes. It did take me a while, or clamshells as they're called on the bag. They seem to have walked off and jumped up the back of my desk. Honestly, they didn't half give me a panic. I was looking everywhere for them. I looked high and low. I was even debating looking in the freezer for them. It got that bad. Honestly, sometimes I do wonder. I don't half give myself a panic when I lose things. So now back to the project after that panic. I do apologise about that cough. So now we're going to string on this tiny little bell bead. Honestly, it's so tiny. As you can see, I'm having to bring it all the way up to the camera just for you to see it. So let me see if I can get it on its side so you can see what it actually looks like on its side. Just give me a second, let me get it in the crease of my hand. This is what it looks like on its side. Well, actually face up. So this is the little bell bead. So let's take off this, oh, I keep forgetting what they're called. Bead stopper. And let's string this on. I'm going to have to actually put it on the mat and try and string through it, because it is so small. Oh, let's see if we can try another method. Ah, there we go. We've got it. Right, string through it. So let me pull you towards me a bit. Move me mats a bit. There we go. Less chance of me go, still need to pull you towards me a bit further. Okay, let's see if we can have less chance of going off screen this way.
am actually going to move my bead stopper down because of the weight of it. Because then I can hold the beads up. I can keep my back straight. And still, hopefully, you can see the beads. I can see the beads. Well, I don't know about seeing the beads because they are that small. As I said earlier on, the weather is so horrendous in the UK. And it is so unbelievably cold. Right, I might have to change this bead. Yeah, I think I am going to have to. So, down through the beads to find the bead packet. I'm going to have to keep these open. Because some of the holes are a little small on these. So they're not going down the bead chain quite as well. Down the Coriana chain. So if you decide to do this project using the shell beads, just be aware that some of the bead holes are a little small. What I'm going to do is I'm also going to bring over this, my soft measuring tape, so that when it comes to measuring, I know how long everything is. When I get like to the certain point, so I know whether I've got to take off any off one end or add any on. We're also going to add on to this a 2 metre extender chain, because not every person's wrist is the same size. Everyone is absolutely unique in this world. As you could probably tell by my YouTube channel, I leave in all my mistakes, all my blunders. I don't take nothing out. My view is about jewellery is you are going to make mistakes making jewellery. You're not going to be perfect making jewellery. So why show everything as being perfect? Show the mistakes, show the process. So that's what I do. I show the mistakes, I show the process. I show the process of making a piece, which is why my videos are a bit longer than most people's. I show the process of the mistakes that are made and how you fix them. I show everything. I show all my faults, flaws and everything in my videos. I'm not going to hide anything from you guys, because I wouldn't be my true self if I did. If I hid my blunders, then I wouldn't be authentic. So there you go, I've got to find a different bead. I honestly wouldn't be true to you if I hid who I was. And that wouldn't be fair to you guys. So I believe I should show everything authentic as it is. Okay, fair dues. I do string a bit first today in this video because I think my videos have been a little too long. I have made some of the links so that you're not sat there just watching something repetitive. Just the same as I've strung the first half of this chain. It's just so you're not watching the same repetitive stuff. Because as I'm sure, as I'm sat here, you're thinking, oh my, this is a bit boring. I'm just watching her string the same pattern over and over. And that's what it is, I'm stringing the same pattern over and over. Sorry about the creaking. I know it drives me mad, so I'm sure it drives you mad. But you know the worst thing? I'm that short. I have to have my feet on a box when I'm sat on this stool. I actually do. My table isn't that high, but I still have to have my feet on a box. This stool I'm sat on is basically just a bar stool. So you can only imagine when I sit on a bar stool how short I am. I'm about 5'3" and a bit. So quite short on the other hand. In other words, very short. So I'm now going to lie this out and I'm going to measure it to see my length. So the length of this is 7 1/4. So with that on a lobster clasp, when the lobster clasp is 7, the culotte on the end is only a bit, yep, that should be enough, and add in the jump ring, which is 1/2 inch. Yep, that's about right. So now we need, let me find them, I haven't lost them, right. We need chain nose pliers. We need crimp bead. Take one out, put them there. Get the cloth, feed the cloth. Alright, I'm going to bring you in so you can see what I'm doing. See the hole? The hole on the end. Let's see if we can get you. There's a hole on the end of the cloth. See if we can get it so you can actually see it. See that hole on the end? I'm going to feed the Coriana chain through the hole of the cloth, or clamshells, depending on what name you like to call them. Then you're going to put the crimp bead on, which I might do on the mat. Do that on the mat here where you can see it. Oh, might just have to do it by picking it up. Can't seem to get this on. Let me shimmy myself back a bit and look under the camera. Make sure I'm in camera frame. So string it on, make sure you hold it when you pick it up. This does not want to stay on this Coriana chain. It seems to want to jump. It's like they've got a life of their own. So string it on. Once you've got it on, make sure you try and keep it on. Right, bring it to the end of the Coriana chain and get your chain nose pliers and just squeeze down. Squeeze down hard so it flattens it. So it ends up like this. Then bring your clamshell back up. Use your fingers just to close it till it's nearly closed. So it's not quite closed, but it's close. Then get your chain nose pliers, squeeze it gently so the holes line up on the clamshell. Bring all your beads down to the end. Get your cutters and cut it off with a little extra to spare. So you're not quite on the end, but you've got a bit to spare. And cut it. Put it out the way and put your cutters away. Now get your other clamshell, feed it on. We'll open it up and then feed it on. Get another crimp bead. Make sure your clamshell is well open. Not too far open that it breaks, but quite far open. Feed on your crimp bead. And bring it all the way down, but make sure you curl your beads. Now I'm going to try and bring you in a bit further. All right, make sure you curl your beads so that they don't end up tight on the bracelet. Now bring your chain nose pliers in and crimp your bead. Make sure it's well crimped. You can try by lifting up your clamshell. Bring your cutters back out and cut off the excess wire. Don't cut it too close, but cut it close enough that your clamshell can close. And then just discard of your chain. Now again, close your clamshell, but don't close too far. Put your cutters away where they're safe, but you can find them back where you keep them. Right, now make sure your clamshells are in the same orientation, and then close them, and then close it, making sure your loops are aligned. Sorry, I'm doing that off screen, and make sure they're aligned. So now you should have 2 sets of loops that are like that. Alright, so I'm going to bring you back out a bit. Now, get your pliers. I do not own any gold jump rings. Well, not of substantial thickness. And of course, I'm also going to use some silver chain as well, because I like a bit of mixed metals. So just put your beads away before doing anything else, because you don't want to lose them. So I'm just going to put my beads away, because as you can tell, I lose things by the fact I lost those clamshells, and I was running around like a headless chicken looking for them, and even the bacon looking in the freezer. What a softie, eh? So we're gonna put the bracelet aside for a second, and the fittings and findings and the fittings. We're going to lay out as a soft measuring tape at the right end, and we're just going to measure 2 inches. So that link there. And for all those that hate cutting chain, I do apologise, but this is a welded chain, soldered chain. So cut the chain, and put your chain away. Get a head pin and get one of your chip beads. So I'm going to put a chip bead as a dangle. Get your round nose pliers, get your chip bead, chain nose pliers, bend over the top of your chip bead, up, over, turn, round, use your pliers to flick it out a bit so it can fit in the bottom of the chain. Put in the last link of your chain, then hold on to your loop, keeping your chain out your way. Change hands to your non-dominant hand and just wrap down until you get right next to your chip bead. Then cut off any excess as close to your bead as you can get without damaging your bead. And squash the wire in. I'm just going to change round hands. Double check that's crushed in. No, still a bit more to go in. There we go. Right, so now, and there's my right. I wondered when it'd appear. Put your tools away and bring all your findings and fittings and all that in. So now we're going to get a jump ring, find the closure, which is there. Put it through the hole in the culotte. Make sure I'm in frame, because I hate it when I see people go out frame. Sorry about that squeak. Put the last loop of the jump ring. Let's see, I don't know what I'm doing today. dropping stuff. It's the second time I dropped it, as you saw. Put the last loop of the chain on the jump ring. Grab it with your pliers. And close the jump ring. Make sure it's very well closed. And then on the other end, we're going to put the clasp. And there we go, put the tools away. There we go, we've got the bracelet, just let me do it up. There we go, we've got the bracelet. It'll bring you in with a dangle on the end. Might be a little too zoomed in. I hope you like the bracelets, and I'm going to turn you up now for you to see the necklace, the earrings and the bracelets. I hope you like them. Before you go, I've forgotten to put the peach on the bracelet. So let's get this jump ring and put it through the bail. So now we've got that. Let's hold on to the jump ring. Slide the peach on. Which might I add is easier said than done. So now I've got that. Oh, sorry, I did that off camera. I do apologise. Well, you're going to get to see it again anyway because I dropped it. Right, let's make sure I'm on camera. Now put the peach on. Now close the jump ring, which I might do with the tip of my bent nose pliers. And there goes the peach. Like in real life, peaches bounce. And close the jump ring really well. And there we go, we've got it. And now show you the bracelet again. And that's the bracelet as it should be, with the peach on it. So now put the tools away. And there we go.
Thank you for watching August Bargain Bead Box unboxing and making a jewellery by me. Alright, I'm going to show you the stuff I've made. But before I do that, I just want to explain a few things about my making of jewellery and the reason I've left in what I've left in. I believe that you shouldn't have to make everything perfect straight off. You are allowed to make mistakes when making jewellery. This is how you learn. But also, it's the way to get everything how you want it. I believe that if I do not leave in my little mistakes, that some people think they have to make everything perfect or as close to their view of perfect the first time. You cannot learn to make things if you do not make mistakes. So please do not push yourself too hard and do not try and help yourself learn by making mistakes. This is the reason I leave in my learning and the way I work things out, because of my uniqueness, my quirkiness. It's just the way I am. I believe you should learn. You should show your planning and how you work things out. I hope it doesn't put you off the way I do things. I hope, if anything, it helps you like my channel more. If what I do puts you off, please tell me in the comments. Please tell me that it puts you off. Please tell me what you don't like about my channel so I can change things. Because I would like people to like things about my channel. I would hope you like me to improve, because then you guys would like the content more. So please tell me what you enjoy and what you don't enjoy about my channel. I will be grateful. So now on to the main bit, what we've made today. So we made a necklace bracelet. So we've got the strawberry quartz and rhodium all down here and here, with the shell here with the rhodium. So we've also got a 22mm moonstone pendant with a moonstone and brass pendant here, and a strawberry quartz brass pendant here with strawberry quartz chips here, with a toggle clasp here, and we've also got some lobster claw clasps here and here. The reason why the lobster claw clasps are here and here is because you can take this bit off and wear it as a bracelet by clipping the one lobster claw clasp into the other. How you put this necklace on is you unclip this bit and you unclip one side or the other, put it on, and then clip the lobster claw back in and do the toggle clasp up. Or you can take this bit off, wear it as a bracelet, and just wear this bit as a necklace. I hope you like this idea, and I hope you'll try it for yourself. If not with this August Bargain Bead Box kit, with any other pieces of beads you've got, to give it a go yourself. So now on to the earrings. My apologies. So now we have the earrings. The earrings were made with an 18 gauge gold wire using the artistic tool, using the round one on the 5th step, and the leaf beads and the shell beads on a 0.5mm wire, which is 24 gauge, with a ball earring wire and a 6mm jump ring. Now, about the artistic wire tools. These tools, my tool set comes in a 4-piece. It comes with a square one, it comes with a triangle one, and it comes with a round one. So you can get sets that come in a set of 5. I will try and find both sets and put them in the description. I'll try and find them from a couple of places and put a link for them, as I said, in the description for you. Now, the bracelets, which of course I forgot to put the dangle on for, but I've of course now got the dangle on. So here's the lovely bracelet, which has the peach dangle, which was a lovely little pendant. It's got the strawberry quartz chips in it. It's got the shell pearls in it. It's got the 4mm bicones in it. Then we've got a 2-inch extender chain in silver. It's got a strawberry quartz extender. This is on the Coriana chain. So it has some culottes on the end in the gold with some, words are hard today, I'm telling you. Some crimp beads inside. It's got some 6mm jump rings. It's got a lobster claw clasp as well. I hope you like this, and I hope you like everything that has been made today. If you can you please like, comment, subscribe and share? I'll be extremely grateful, as it helps my small channel grow. Thank you for watching today. I am extremely grateful, and I hope you enjoy the rest of your day, whatever time it is, wherever you are. Bye.